Hey, there we go. We are live. Are we live? We are live. Yes, cool. We're live inside the Facebook group. Today we're going to be talking about, how to deal with contractors, how to get the best contractors, how to not get ripped off by contractors. We're going to be covering that. How to deal with contractors when it comes to flipping houses is really going to be key. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I get this question quite a bit when it comes to contractors, because folks, for doing the renovation, they always ask this question. So I want to do a quick live and do a quick recording here, just to share some of my thoughts. So a little more about me, just so you know who I am. So my name is Victor. I'm in Gainesville, Florida. I'm a full-time fix and flipper. So did about 20 flips last year, 30 flips this year is the goal. And yeah, just keeping busy. This is what I do full time. I also mentor people. We can talk about that as well. I just really want to cover contractors and that sort of thing. I do want to mention, if you're watching on the live, comment #live. If you're watching on the replay, comment #replay. And that's so it increases engagement, so everyone sees this, everyone sees the comments, everyone wants to join in, everyone can learn. That's how the Facebook algorithm works. Cool. Let's get into it. Just so we're on the same page, like, what is a contractor? Let's start with that. It might sound basic, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page there. So a contractor is basically someone you're paying for contract work. So let's say, like, hey, guy, I want you to do this flooring for me. Okay. So like, once they're done with the flooring, like that's the end of their relationship with you. You pay them and that's it. Or, you pay them for roof. And there's all these different types of contractors when it comes to flips. There's roofing, plumbing, electrical. There's all these different types of contractors. So that's what that basically is. So just make sure we're on the same page here. The biggest thing, like, okay, how do you deal with contractors? The biggest thing, like, do you even need a contractor? Let's talk about that first. As I see it, there's like 3 different models when it comes to this. So the first is do it yourself. So do it yourself. Second is done with you. So let me explain it. So do it yourself is like, hey, I'm going to do the painting. I'm going to do the flooring. I'm going to do the electrical work. Like, you're the one out in there doing it. That's the first option. Second option is done with you. Like, you hire the painter. Okay, make sure he does a good job. Pay him. You hire the flooring guy. Make sure he does a good job. Pay him. That sort of thing. Third option is like general contractor, project manager type of thing. You hire one person and they take care of everything A to Z. They make sure everyone shows up and does a good job. And you just leave it to them, and that's pretty much it. 3 different models. There's no right or wrong model. If you do the work yourself, it's going to cost you time. It's going to save you money. On the opposite spectrum with the general contractor, if you do that, it's going to save you time. It's going to cost you money. So it's that trade-off. So there's no right or wrong answer. But as you can imagine, like, why would I bring that up? Because if you're going to do it yourself, like, you don't even need to hire a contractor. So just having these 3 models is going to have you better understand it. Or if you're going to do like the done for you model, in terms of you're just going to hire one general contractor, so what you're looking for and how many people you need to talk to is a little bit different. So I just want to make that clear in terms of that entire piece there. In terms of that, I think the other thing to think of when it comes to contractors is I like to think of things in a funnel. So what that means, that makes a lot of sense to marketers and salespeople, less to folks like us, or less when it comes to handling renovation. So a funnel is when, like, let's take a marketing example. So let's say to get one deal, or to get one sale, you have to talk to 100 people. You set appointments with 20 people, 10 people are interested, and then you close and sign up one person. So that's for any like generic funnel for any generic business. But you have the big number at the top, you have the 100 at the top, and you have the 20, and it slowly starts to pare down. And just like any sort of funnel, like if you have to think of like a kitchen funnel, like if you're cooking with something and you have like a little funnel, and it's wide at the top and narrow at the bottom. So that's basically what we're thinking of here. So how does it apply? To what we're talking about here? It's like, okay, cool. How does a funnel apply to getting contractors? Well, I see a lot of real estate beginners make the mistake of like, okay, cool, I want to get a contractor. Let me call one person or 2 people Those people show up and they find out like, oh, I'm booked out for 3 months. And then suddenly they think like, oh, well, everyone's booked out for 3 months. Like everyone's so busy, everyone doesn't have any time for this. What am I doing flipping houses? So, but I like to see it like a funnel. So I say like get a hold of 20 contractors. 10 are going to answer your call just because everyone's so busy and everyone's so swamped nowadays. So 10 are going to bother to get a hold of you. Say 3 are going to bother to give you a quote. And then 1 is your one. That's the one you're going to hire. Based on those 3 conversations, 3 quotes, you're just going to go with that one. But when you have it from this framework, like let's say you only reached out to 3 people total, and it's like, oh, I only got 1 call back. It's like, okay, well, based on my model, like you need to go out there and make more phone calls. You need to talk to more contractors. So I see this mistake a lot with beginners, especially in today's hot market. Like, yes, contractors are busy. Yes, it's hard to get them just because they have so much going on and they're so busy and all that stuff. But I really want to like drive that point home where it's like it's a funnel, it's a numbers game. Just like when it comes to finding deals, we talk about that, right? Not every offer is going to get accepted. You're never going to bat 1,000. Well, you're never going to bat 1,000 when it comes to contractors either. So I just want to like make that clear for you guys. Like if you call 3 people, like that's not enough. You gotta keep calling people. And I think the final thing here, and then I'll kind of wrap up here. This is shorter video, shorter thing here. I want to say like when you find a good contractor, like you want to do everything in your power to keep them. So I'll make this into 2 points. So when you have a good contractor, like you want to use them over and over again. So people do ask me sometimes like, okay, cool, I have a good contractor. Should I hire them again or should I find someone else? Like if you got someone good, use them over and over again. At least you know what you're getting. They get benefit in terms of repeat work. A lot of the times, like we use the same contractors. Like we like to use the same roofer. We like to use the same painter. We like to use the same flooring guy. And it's consistent. They get consistent work. And oftentimes they're working with us, at least once a month, maybe every other 2 weeks, just we have so many projects for them. So it keeps them busy. So they win, we win. We don't have to go scramble every time. Like if I had to scramble every time to find a new roofer or painter or, flooring guy, like there'd be a lot of lost time and lost efficiency, if that makes sense. So just those types of things is how I think about it. So if they're good, use them over and over again. Use them as much as you can. That's the other key there. So that's use them as much as you can. And then I would say like go above and beyond. That's kind of part 2, like do everything you can to keep them around as much as possible. And that first point is like, okay, give them repeat business. That's implicit. We have given gifts to contractors, like a bottle of wine, a gas card. We've done all different types of things. So something like above and beyond. We've done like a cash bonus, like if they do a great job, like, oh, hey, here's $50 or $100 extra cash. And obviously, who's the person they're going to do the work for? If they have crunch time, is it going to be us or is it going to be someone else? It's as a one-off, and they know you don't have to necessarily give them a gift every time, but we've had a lot of success with that. Gas cards, something small. It doesn't have to be something big, like you buy them lunch. On a $1,000 job, you might think like, oh, $20 gas card or like $20 bottle of wine. Like, why would they care? But it's not just. It's more like the thought behind it. It's more of like it's a bonus. They weren't expecting it. So it's those types of things that really help us like build relationships where they want to come back to us. And that's really key. So when it comes to painting, or like we can get someone in there in a couple of days versus an average flipper or beginner flipper might take them a month before they can get someone out there. So just like doing these little things to do it. But yeah, I have more thoughts on this, and I'll have to probably do this another time. I just want to hop on, share some new ideas, thoughts on this, contractors, how to work with them. I don't want to like throw too much at you guys where you're overwhelmed. I just want to cover a couple quick tidbits to a quick piece of advice that's helpful for you guys, and really go from there. So hopefully this has been helpful. Appreciate you guys hopping on here. And we'll just end it there. Appreciate it. Till next time.